Hello, hello, hello. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you might be watching from in the world today. So, here I am on another Friday with my Spirit Animal Oracle intention. If we recall from last week, we had Groundhog Spirit, time to let go, coming through as a companion for Crow Spirit, who came through the week prior, co-creating with Spirit. So tuning in today to these two wonderful creatures, they are wanting to continue on their journey with us. If we should feel so inclined to invite them along, they're not quite ready to leave. But they do want, Groundhog Spirit in particular does want to invite a companion relative to Groundhog Spirit's intention. So remember, Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. So as I was kind of tuning into my reflections, Groundhog Spirit has been a very significant spirit animal for me this past week. And the two things that stand out for me are remembering that we exist in relationship to other people and other things, and how significant it is that we have the ability to be able to connect with people, to fellowship with people, to invite people on our journey in a very supportive and intentional way, not just beyond friendships and such, but to actually really orchestrate and pick and choose and be intentional about the things, the people, the rituals, the traditions that we bring into our life. And that helps to support our journey. So for me personally, again, I spoke to it last week, the healing journey, the ascension journey, the remembrance journey that I am on. I am being so powerfully reminded of how important it is to prioritize myself as well as my clients. So I am just as important as my clients when it comes to having an advocate and having a guide on my journey. So there's that aspect as well. I'm also part of another community where the inspiration that we are sharing with each other is just so fabulous. So the other aspect of, really inviting Groundhog into this intention of letting go, time to let go, is trusting in the process, right? So when something's underground, you can't really see it necessarily. So trusting that once we've set the intention and once we've set things in place and we've set the momentum and motion and progress, to trust the process. And trusting is sometimes hard when we don't see or sense or get any idea of any evidence that is available to us. So Groundhog Spirit wants us to work on trusting that once we've set things in motion, they're going to work out. And we have to have patience, we have to have faith, and we have to believe. And this is a very courageous thing when we don't see evidence of it. We have to have that faith and that trust. So Groundhog Spirit wants to invite a companion to help support this message of having faith and trusting that even if we don't see the evidence, that once we've set things in motion, then we just have to trust, have faith, and believe. And this, again, is a very courageous thing. All right, so RHINO Spirit popped out of the deck as I was shuffling. And I'm just tuning in to see if there's another spirit animal that wants to come through that's supporting this, or if this is the one that Groundhog Spirit wanted to bring through. RHINO Spirit is overcoming any obstacles. Overcoming any obstacles. Okay, so is this the companion? Is this the companion? I feel like there's another one that wants to come through in the traditional way, so I'm just going to shuffle one more time and see. So maybe there's more than one. Is there more than one Groundhog Spirit that you wanted to bring through? I was like, sure, okay. All right, let's see who that is. Let's see who that is. All right, looks like it's party time with the two of these cards. Bringing through that supportive message. All right. RHINO Spirit fell out of the deck as I was shuffling. RHINO Spirit is overcoming any. Squirrel Spirit also kind of snuck out of the deck too as I was shuffling. Squirrel Spirit is believing in yourself. And then Coyote Spirit came through in the traditional sense, trusting in divine detours. So let me just tune in to these three as related to Groundhog and Crow. All right, so these are all, yeah, these Groundhog is like, the more the merrier on this journey. So believing in yourself, I spoke to that before. Believing in yourself, I spoke to that before. So we do have to trust and believe in the process. Once we've set things in motion, as Groundhog, you know, works underground, works behind the scenes, works under the surface of where we walk. Groundhog is like, if you don't see the evidence with your human eyes, don't lose faith. Keep believing in yourself, as Squirrel Spirit is reminding us to do. And Squirrel Spirit has come through before. One of the messages that Squirrel Spirit brings through very strongly, again this time, is Squirrel Spirit, when it's time to collect the nuts, the nourishment for the long winter season, Squirrel Spirit doesn't question whether or not that those acorns are going to be found. Squirrel Spirit just works on instinct and just goes and finds them, knowing and trusting and believing that they will be there. So this is a supporting message for Groundhog's message of time to let go. Also, time to let go with relationship to Coyote Spirit, trusting in divine detours. So, trusting in divine detours, time to let go of being attached, so attached to outcomes that we begin to have conditions on how we think we're supposed to get there, wherever there. My connection is a little bit slow, so I do apologize if there's some breaking up of the image and sound here. So I'm just going to keep going. So time to let go of the conditions that we place on the actions that we take. Trust in the divine detours. So what we think we want may not be what we need. So let go of always feeling like we need to be in control of the outcome. When we are so attached to the outcome of an action, we actually begin to limit the possibilities that are out there. And I've personally experienced this in my personal life, where I have a vision in a particular direction and I'm working in that direction. And it's like the harder I try to make it fit into that vision, the more challenging it gets. And then when I just sort of relax and surrender, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just going to be whatever it's going to be. Then all of a sudden, things start falling into place. So, time to let go of the attachments. Time to let go of the attachments of how it used to be, because that was comfortable, because what it used to be may not be what it's supposed to be, right? Things are always evolving and changing. So, trust in the divine detours, the possibilities beyond our conditioning that are out there when we surrender, when we let go, when we embrace that the universe does have our back. All right. And then RHINO Spirit was the first one that popped out of the deck relative to Groundhog Spirit. Time to let go. Overcoming any obstacles. So this is coming through as an affirmation of what will be occurring when we do let go, when we do let go, when we do believe in ourselves, when we do remember that we are co-creating with Spirit, when we are able to trust in the divine detours, we will be able to overcome any obstacles. We will be able to overcome any obstacles. So this is really a really beautiful message coming through. Groundhog Spirit just doesn't want us to lose faith. Don't lose faith. Don't give up. You know, again, what is unseen doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? So we don't exist solely in this third dimension where we see with our human eyes. We exist multidimensionally, and Groundhog Spirit is reminding us of that. So have faith, draw upon that courage, believe in yourself. Don't forget to trust in those divine detours, believe in yourself. And again, co-creating with Spirit. Crow just wants to chime in again and remind our subconscious is extremely powerful, so powerful. So our subconscious just neutrally knows a belief as a belief. So as we shift our beliefs that are imprinted in our subconscious to ones that are nurturing and uplifting of our divine path and purpose, then that's the frequency that's going to be broadcast to the universe. And the laws of attraction and metaphysics are going to attract that back to us. And again, this is, you know, with belief systems that are so innately part of our upbringing, it's sometimes a difficult thing to do. So this is why Groundhog Spirit is coming through with so many supportive messages. Trust in the process. Intention is everything. Once we've set the intention, once we've set things in motion, trust that Groundhog Spirit, trust that the universe is going to have your back. Keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in yourself. Keep trusting those divine detours. On a soul level, our soul knows where the nourishment is. Our soul knows where the nourishment is. So this is a really beautiful supporting cast for Crow and Groundhog. Wonderful. So we'll see how this week goes. If there's any particular one of these spirit animals, or even more than one, that resonates with you more than another, go ahead and see what that's like to invite that spirit animal to walk along with you. I am being drawn to Coyote Spirit, So I think I'm going to invite Coyote Spirit to trot along with me this week with Groundhog and Crow. I'm working on creating content for an event, a live event, and it's going to be more than one day. It's going to either be 2 or 3 days toward the end of this month. And so I've been sort of relaxing into the possibilities beyond my conditioned thoughts about how that's supposed to go. So I've gotten some inspiration along the way. So again, we've got RHINO Spirit. We are going to be able to overcome any obstacles when we let go of the conditioning, the limited conditioning of how we're supposed to get there, wherever there is, and believing in ourselves, having faith and trust. Again, very courageous thing to do, especially when there's no, like, quote unquote physical evidence. Trusting in those divine detours, as what we want may not always be what we need. And these are the supporting cast for Groundhog Spirit, letting go of those belief systems that are imprinted in our subconscious that are not supporting our true path and purpose, that are broadcasting a frequency that is not uplifting, that is creating contrasting experiences in our three-dimensional world, shifting those to uplifting messages, uplifting belief systems, so that that broadcast frequency to the universe will reflect those positive belief systems. And again, co-creating with Spirit, Crow Spirit, is reminding us how powerful that capacity and intention is with our subconscious. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I am going to be inviting Coyote Spirit along with Crow and Groundhog. Feel free to tune into your own spirit and see which one of these supporting cast members you would like to invite along with you. And if none of them resonate, then that's totally fine. Your spirit knows you best. I will also mention that these readings are for the collective. So this is intended to resonate and impact and support and uplift the collective. So whomever, those of you who are watching me now, thank you so much. Thank you, Freddie and Samantha and Kathleen. If I missed anyone, I apologize. But also for those who are going to be watching the replay, because this is going to be posted on my social media. So energy works that way. There is no time or space. Time is linear relative to human existence. We created a linear timeline, but that is actually not how time and space work. So everything is the now. So anyone watching the replay will also benefit from these messages. That said, I do work individually with clients. So in my post, you will see how you can reach out to me if you want to schedule a reading. I do oracle card readings, and I also do readings and healings just for you. It's personalized just for you. I'm tuned in just to you and not the collective. And we get to dive into some actual healing, some actual energy movement. So I help you to set things in motion with your intention and to support that intention and to help release what is no longer serving you in your energy field. So thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you next week.